Thorn are a Portuguese black and hardcore band. At least that's how they're presented to us. Maybe I'd say they're closer to sludge and post-metal, but labels are what they are, and the point here is that this EP, Those Golden Rules, has a lot of weight and destructive potential. A powerful and strong sound that goes beyond the aesthetics of trying to belong to this or that style. Its intensity really comes from the ambience created, which is impressive. We definitely want to hear more.
The second album by Athenians Mass Culture brings with it a sludge with hints of exciting post-hardcore. The dark aura needed to establish this sound is here, as is the heaviness. But more than the ambience and atmosphere, what we have are songs that make up a very solid whole. The aesthetics and content make time fly by without you even realizing it, especially when it brings you into contact with your inner demons with every listen. This kind of sound may not be what we get from Greece, but Mass Culture's talent is putting their country on the sludge/post-metal map.
The Amity Affliction are one of those names that we seem to have known forever, easily associating them with metalcore, or even post-hardcore, so a new album is always an event. And in this case, following the evolution of some bands in the genre, as time goes by, that same evolution goes in the direction of making their sound more accessible, more melodic. That's not the case here at all. It's not that Not Without My Ghosts doesn't have that infectious, sugary potential in its choruses. We have plenty of that here, as tracks like Fade Away and When It Rains It Pours prove. However, the levels of violence are higher than ever, and it is this violence that wins us over, bringing a freshness and unpredictability to their sound that is always positive.
Unearth are one of the pioneering bands of metalcore, and although the genre has expanded into various fields, more pop, for example, they have never strayed too far from their mix of metal and hardcore that was at the origin of it all. After 5 years without releasing new music, here they are back with a great album, where there are no fillers. All the songs have great riffs, great leads and great solos. And, yes, there are breakdowns too, but that was inevitable. This is the metalcore album that those who are resistant to the style will be happy to consume, and it's also a return with another handful of songs that the band will have plenty of material to use live. Solid.
There's strange music, and then there's Napalm, who start right from the name showing their unusualness. This strange band takes on the label of experimental metal, and it sounds completely appropriate. A Hate Supreme is made up of 7 tracks that make use of a unique ability to create hypnotic grooves not unrelated to psychedelic rock. In fact, if it weren't for the heaviness of the guitars, we'd be heading in that direction to better define what they do. As with all experimental music, not all experiments work out, or at least take some getting used to before they reach their full potential. That's the final feeling we get after a while of living with Hate Supreme. This is a record we're slowly surrendering to, even though it's too out of the box to make a lasting impression on us.
After a great debut album, Ancient Settlers return with a renewed lineup, where Argent Death's voice is the highlight, bringing even more dynamics and melody to their music. You can easily understand the reason for this title. It makes perfect sense that this is a work seen as transitional, since in addition to the lineup, the band is taking more catchy and commercial paths that, still, don't subvert their identity. For now, the balance is very positive, and we're looking forward to hearing more from this new era of Ancient Settlers.
Despite the suspicion and skepticism of having a one-man band that started out in dark ambient and then plunged deep into atmospheric black metal, they have released a new album every year, and Autumn's Dawn, Winter's Darkness is already their 7th. However, the mistrust gave way to a huge surprise, as this album is everything we love about atmospheric black metal. The production doesn't compromise, being raw, but also revealing the full potential of the compositions, most of which are long but far from boring. If there is a downside to the production, it's that the vocals are buried in the mix. However, this has an advantage in that it makes the vocals more of an instrument and adds ambience to the music. It's an album that will speak to the heart of anyone who loves the early days of the atmospheric genre.
I have to confess that I didn't have high expectations for this album, and I ended up being pleasantly surprised. It's no secret that this super band created by Richie Faulkner and with Ronnie Romero on vocals was created with the intention of applying hard and heavy music in a more modern context. First things first, it's nothing that hasn't been announced before, without exactly having memorable results. Secondly, many projects and superbands have been created, and those that stick in the memory are also rare. However, the end result of this, Horns for a Halo, is exciting. So exciting that we hope it doesn't stop there. Solid, melodic, powerful themes, and yes, modern, but without forgetting the fact that we're still talking about heavy metal. Richie Faulkner proves that he is not only an excellent performer but also an excellent composer, and Ronnie Romero's voice also needs no introduction, one of the great voices of the style in the new millennium who deserves more recognition. An excellent debut.